Brothers, we are gathered here to celebrate the Investing Bros coverage of the crypto markets. We're here. We're having fun. I'm T Shroom. Make sure you smash the like button. Let me silence my phone here in case I get any calls from Larry Fink. I mean, my mom. We're going to have some fun today. We've got some bullish news headlines for Ethereum. Very bullish, I would say, actually. We're going to get into those in just a second, but I do need to make sure that smashing the likes is something that is brought to your attention. Smashing the likes. And also, kind of in the same realm, the cousin of smashing the likes, considering subscribing if you gain value from this video. I have had my energy drink today, and so this is good. It is good to have my energy drink. Notcoin is pumping. Ordi is pumping. Not has been up more than 30% this morning. It's been a little wild. Ordi has been, I think I saw it get up to 13%. You don't see Ordi doing very well recently. It's one of the only meme coins that I hold. Ordi is doing pretty well, up 11% this morning. It's good to see. A couple of the other memes getting an absolute fade this morning. We got a super chat off the rip. We'll get to that in just a second. The Bonk is down 13.9%. Floki down 10%. Pepe down 6.3%. Chainlink as well down 4.7%. So we're getting a decent amount of sell-offs with a couple of meme coins pumping. That seems to be how Thursday, May 30th is opening. Let's look at the mega caps, and Bitcoin is green. Ethereum is down 1.5%. All right, bros. Let me just fill you in. Tomorrow, I will be going live 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to bring you all this outcome here. This is going to be the core PCE index month over month. This is an important print for Friday, so I will do a 9 a.m. stream. Will likely be a truncated stream, so we won't be filled with all the fun and antics that you may be accustomed to in the morning, but we will have some fun. Now, we did get the GDP print today. GDP print, growth rate, Q over Q. I believe this is a revision for the first quarter, though, and it came right in line with consensus at 1.3% and below forecast at 1.6%. But, I don't know that the markets are going to trade super heavy on this because I believe it is just a revision. It's a second revision. So let's go ahead and jump on into, we looked at the bubbles. Let's look at the Bitcoin chart. Believe it or not, we absolutely look at the charts every once in a while here on the Investing Bros. We've broken down out of this uptrending line of support here. Not really what you want to see if you're bullish. However, we did find support here in this block with wicks not moving lower than 67,000. Not printing lower, I should say. So that's really nice to see. Candlesticks printing above 67,005. The current price for Bitcoin is 68,055 is basically where that's coming out to. So we haven't got a full candle body on the daily chart printing below this uptrending line of support, which is bullish. However, we did break lower than that with wicks, and the wicks closed lower. So not great. However, it's not as bearish as it could be. Now, I've had a bias since Monday that we're going to be moving to the downside. Why? Why, T-Shroom, would you have such a bias, such a bearish bias? Well, we've had lower highs. We've had one lower high, two lower highs, and this is going to be our third. No, this will be, well, we've had lower highs, and that's not generally what you want. That was what kind of indicated to me that this rejection here was going to be bearish and that we were going to come back and test. Now, I have drawn here, I believe I have a regression trend, yes. My hunch is that we probably come back down and test the midline of this regression trend. Will it be today? No, I don't think we test that today. I think it's a kind of a slow melt down, and it would probably bring us back around 64, maybe the high 63s. So, you would start to get some confluence at 65, not confluence, you'd get some support here at 65.5 would be pretty strong support, I would say, as well, because of this wick high here. And right now, I'd say that Bitcoin is trying to break down below this horizontal support that would be coming in right around here. And I think I talked about this one yesterday, which is that 67,200, which is kind of where we're seeing a lot of support in it. Now, T-Shroom, is it possible that we don't even go lower than that we're seeing the lows today? It is possible. I think it's unlikely. But it could be. It could be true. It could be from here, right? We go ahead and test this, confirm it as support. We test 67.2, call it, and then we go ahead and make a, whoa, that was a terrible drawing. We make a break for the upside, right? That this is it, right? And it's not on any news necessarily. It's just, a couple of big buys pushes up above this downtrending line of resistance from the aggression trend, and then we're off to the races. That is possible, but I think more than likely, it's going to be dependent on this PCE print, this core PCE print that'll be coming in tomorrow, which is why we'll go live at 9 a.m. for you all. It's important. All right. Well, that's going to be the meat and potatoes there. We looked at Bitcoin on the daily chart. Let's look at the Bollinger Band real quick on the daily chart, because that is another line of support that's coming in here right around where we already are. So if today we come down and touched it, we would come down to 66,800. But by the time tomorrow's candle prints, I'm thinking the MACD is probably going to be more the MACD. I'm thinking the midline of the Bollinger Band probably be closer to 67,100. So look, where are we in the market? My whole perspective on the market right now is that, look, if you're trading, you're going to have a different perspective. But as an investor, there's just not a whole lot of reason to be watching the charts super tight. Right now, it's all about news. It's all about the macro, the economics. Can we potentially have any kind of wiggle room for a reason to see a cut in 2024? Are there any, and then jumping over to the news, are there any gigantic money pockets that are proved to be buying Bitcoin? I think those are the types of things that are going to be sending Bitcoin higher here. Obviously, the U.S. elections have become a very big catalyst for crypto as well, but that hasn't necessarily translated to price. I mean, we haven't been able to break out of this regression trend, right? So these are the types of things I'm watching. The price, in my opinion, is probably just going to continue to be range bound in this regression trend, and likely will just continue its consolidation in this blue portion, I think. I don't think breaking down below this midline is going to happen. It could. It definitely could. If we can't hold the midline of the Bollinger Band on the daily, I think that's possible, that we come down and break lower. But if we don't push higher soon, and if we don't get bulls come in, investors come in, buy this, then it's likely that we do come back and test lower to try to tease some new buying, try to stimulate some new buying here for the asset. But make no mistake, when you zoom out, I'll go out to the weekly chart. When you zoom out, I'm very bullish, and I'm thinking that this is going to be a very, very fruitful bull market. Right, we've just put in all-time highs in March. Right, it was not long ago that we put in all-time highs for Bitcoin. Right, so I'm very, very bullish on the coin. I'm not bearish. Just because I'm saying it's likely to come down and test lower in the short term doesn't mean I'm bearish on the coin. Just want to make that clear for folks who are maybe newer. But right now, it's pretty clear to me that there's been delayed bullish momentum. Why? Well, generally because we've had this very big move up from the bear market lows. Right, we've had this big move of 365%. I'm on the weekly chart, and there's been a need all throughout this period for consolidation. And we did get pockets of consolidation for sure. In fact, right here is prolonged consolidation. Here, a decent amount of consolidation. But between here and here, there was very, very little pullback. So now it makes sense that we had a pullback. We tested lower down to the midline of the Bollinger Band initially, down to 23%. And now it's looking more like consolidation, right? We had that discovery lower, found our low, came up, found our low, here I'll quote it, at 56,200 on that wick low, came back up, and in price discovery higher, didn't put in new highs, right? So that's just classic consolidation. This eventually will break to the upside, in my opinion. I don't think that this consolidation is going to break to the downside. I just don't see that happening. All right, well, there's a lot more that we could cover on the Bitcoin charts, but I want to jump over and see what folks are saying in the chat before we get into some very bullish news for Ethereum. Crypto Mini Bike said, "Good morning, everyone. Very nice to see you, Crypto Mini Bike." Kyle Field said, "Whoa, Litecoin with a nice pop." We'll have to check on Litecoin here. Let's give it a little look-see. Litecoin. Let's see. Let's see, Kyle. Let's see about this pop that you say we're seeing today on Litecoin. I don't know that I would say this is a pop. I mean, well, I guess so. It's finding. It looks like it's finding some nice. It doesn't want to spin. It's printed a candle. I will say yesterday's candle printed below the midline of the Bollinger Band. A little bit bearish for me, right? But now this candle is trying to gain steam, trying to say, oh no, we're not going back below. We're not going below 83.3, right? We're going higher. So I don't know. I don't know if the market's going to be convinced of that. But what I will say is, goodness, there's a lot of higher highs here. I'm sorry, higher lows and one higher high. So that is bullish. Right, you're seeing higher highs here and higher lows here. That's just a terribly drawn uptrending line of support. But you do have the higher lows. So I'd have to say Litecoin overall looking kind of bullish, right? Yeah, I'd say it's looking kind of bullish. All right, let's see what else we got here. Oh, Kyle said on the 1 minute. Goodness. Okay. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Okay. Traders know if you're new, don't worry about the 1 minute chart. You shouldn't be on the 1 minute chart if you're new. Just Kyle. We love him. Kyle, you bring so much value to the show. Don't ever think that what you say isn't good, because what you say is always good. Guys, if you want to trade the 1 minute chart, Kyle's giving you some alpha. Trade Intuition said, I don't like XRP. I've been in crypto longer than 3 months. Okay. All right. He's asking, okay, because Leo Messi, the Messi from the Argentina national team, is asking me, do I like XRP? Do I like it? I don't hold it at all. I think that there's a dwindling chance that it is going to be significant in the future, but I don't count it out because it is a large organization with a lot of brand power. XRP, everybody knows it. Less and less people like it, I would say, but that doesn't mean that it's necessarily down and out. So I wouldn't count it out. I don't hold it. Tim holds it. And a lot of smart people do continue to hold it, but I think it's less and less every day. Fade and TradFi said the 5-day pivot flipped bullish, which is very good. 80% hit rate for now. So very, very good. Okay. Very cool. I assume you're talking about Bitcoin there. That is good. Awesome. Thanks for that alpha there. Fade and TradFi. Check Stargate. I will not be checking Stargate. I don't know what that is. I feel like Doge is getting up to completing its regression. Doge. Let's take a look at the Barker Dogecoin. I'll show you guys even my little meme stack here. So in my meme stack, oh look at Ordi. We'll have to look at Ordi too, but I've got Doge, I've got Miro, I've got Bonk, I've got Pepe, I've got Snek. Just some of the memes that I like to keep track of. These are not the best memes or all the memes. You guys remember Miro? Nobody talks about Miro anymore. Not saying buy it. Definitely not saying buy it. But it's not, I don't know. Maybe, are you hearing chatter about Miro? I don't feel like I am. All right. And then what was the comment again about Pepe? I forgot. Let's see. Golden Engine. Whoa. Okay. I may have lost that comment. That's not good. Okay, Golden Cross today. Doge has the Golden Cross. I don't, off the top of my head, know the moving averages for the Golden Cross, but I'll do a little TA on Doge since we're right here. What is the Golden Cross, the 100 and the 200-day moving average? I don't remember. I wouldn't put too much credence, put too much weight and importance on Golden Crosses and what did the other one, the Red Cross or whatever. What I like to see here that I'm seeing off the bat is that Doge is spending a lot of time above the midline of the Bollinger Band, right? Doing a lot of trading up here, not below the midline of the Bollinger Band, right? That's bullish to me. The fact that it's coming down and testing that line today means the traders are probably positioned to take a little bit of risk here that could be rewarded as we find support off that midline and come back up and test higher for a higher high. Not financial advice. But I do see a bit of a trend line here forming. I don't know if this is going to line up perfectly with these wicks. Oh, it would have broken down out of this trend line. So I would be careful with that. So yeah, I said traders would be taking risk. You're definitely taking risk because this just wicked lower than this uptrending line. So I'd be careful with that. But it is higher lows. I'm not going to play it. It is higher lows. Joseph said, I feel like Doge is getting up to completing its regression. I don't really know what that means. I'm going to be honest with you. Completing its regression. Is there... Yeah, I would need a time frame at least to know what regression you're talking about. The regression I'm familiar with would be probably you kind of start where the previous trend ended. This downtrend ended and was invalidated by a higher high. So this would be the regression. I don't know that I'm seeing any kind of completion of that, but I'm also unfamiliar with what a completed regression is. Maybe that's common to traders. I'd never heard of that. But I'm sure it's a thing. I'm sure it's cool too. Let's see what else we got. Thank you, Joseph, for I'm sure somebody knows what you're talking about and got some alpha there. How's T-Stream this morning? I am very good. Thank you for asking, French Toaster. I'm getting married this weekend. I'm very excited. I will be live tomorrow, 9 a.m. We will be live today at 3 p.m. We'll get to the news here in just a second. But I'm very excited. Feeling confident. Feeling good. My fiance and I have put a lot of plans together. Way more her than me. She's an absolute machine at planning and execution, and it's awesome. And I just have a very long to-do list to get everything done. It's going to be quite an operation, but we're all excited and we're very happy for the big day, which is Saturday. So very cool. Dustin Singer said, I usually wait for a retest after a bullish cross in a bullish market. Yes. I would also echo that. What's up, Dustin? Dustin Singer. Dustin Singer, I would say, is a very patient individual. I am a very busy man, but we have a DM chat that's been going on for a couple months, and I sometimes I will go weeks without getting back to him, and I feel bad, Dustin, but that is just unfortunately the life that we live here. Going to be a beautiful wedding day. Thank you so much, Atreyu. I like that name too. I think Atreyu is a band. I'm not sure. He's better than he deserves. Is that what I was supposed to say with the whole how am I doing today? Dustin said GM. Very nice. All right. Let's go ahead and move on into the stories. But there was one other thing I wanted to check out. That is Ordi. Ordi is actually getting a nice pop, and not just on the minute chart, right? Kyle Fields, that one was for you. Let's see. Ordi doing well. It has a very different overall chart pattern for 2024 than the other meme coins, I'm pretty sure. So look at that meme. Look at this general chart since the beginning of the year. It's kind of been like sideways and then a dump with lower low here, and now starting to put in higher highs as of this candle, I'd say. But compare that to just Doge. I guess it doesn't look that different, but I would say Ordi is definitely behind. It's behind Doge. SNEC, I don't even know. That's not compared to SNEC. Pepe is demolishing Ordi. Pepe's been a good meme coin. I actually, one of the ones I regret selling. I did not take the meme hype seriously enough, and we're pushing through it. All right, let's see. So Ordi having a nice pump. I don't know that it was really a technical thing. But I also don't know the news on that. All right, let's move into the stories here. BROZ. BlackRock files amended S1 registration statement for upcoming Ethereum ETF with more disclosures. BlackRock, of course, being one of the largest AUM, not one of the largest, it's the largest AUM managers in the world. So they are managing the most amount of invested money. It is very, very exciting for them to be getting involved with Ethereum, to be getting involved with crypto in general, because they're big and their name is very commanding and their brand is very significant in the space of finance, especially Wall Street. So it's good to see them kind of getting in and playing ball. Let's get into some of the details in this one. BlackRock filed an amended registration statement for its proposed Ethereum fund, marking the latest move as firms work to list and trade their products. On May 21st, 2024, the seed capital investor, unnamed, I will say, the seed capital investor, an affiliate of the sponsor, also unnamed, Subject to conditions, purchase the seed creation basket comprising 400,000 shares at a per share price equal to $25. BlackRock said in the revised filing. The asset manager also said the shares will be listed and traded under the ticker ETHA. ETHA. Interesting ticker. That's about it. I mean, it's a big headline though, because what does it do? It shows the market that there is growing momentum towards these S1s being approved. Which the ETFs have been approved. Basically, the SEC, Gary and his gang of goons over at the SEC, except Hester Pierce. We love Hester Pierce. But Gary was like, look, these ETFs for Ethereum, they're okay. They're fine, right? After a 180. It has been absolutely crazy to see that 180 from Gary Gensler, but the S1s themselves are more of a per application approval, right? So BlackRock and the SEC go back and forth. Hey, BlackRock, you left out, you spelled this thing wrong on the application. You spell it right. Hey, BlackRock, we don't want staking, so they have to take staking off. Blah 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 blah. They go back and forth and amend the S1s, and finally. It looks like that process is either over or nearing a conclusion. And Eric Bulkanis chimes in and he says, "Good sign. Probably see rest roll in soon, meaning the rest of the S1s. Then probably one more round of fine-tuned comments from staff. End of June launch, a legit possibility, although keeping my date as July 4th." So he's thinking still probably July 4th, but now we could see him as early as June. As late end of June, see the Ethereum ETFs go live. And for those of you who might care, there's the S1 in all of its glory. All right, let's go ahead and let you all know that today's episode is brought to you all by security. Security is important. We talk about cold wallets. We talk about crypto in general, is just some more secure money. However, it's also your mobile plan, your cell phone plan that can sometimes be at risk. And that is how some people lose all of their crypto. If that is something that you are concerned about, if you think that you are a disproportionate target for mobile SIM swaps or other mobile attacks, then you may want to turn to who we've partnered with, America's most secure mobile service, Efani. So when you click on the link in the description of this video, it will take you to our partner page with Efani. That is right here, and just use the code BROZ if you're prompted to put in BROZ, and you'll actually get your second month free of mobile service with America's most secure mobile service, Efani, and you're not going to regret it. And they're making this episode possible today, so definitely thank them. Go educate yourself more on the risks of SIM swaps and other mobile attacks. And you may find that Efani is going to be something that you can count on to boost your mobile security. Well, moving on here, there's been a revelation, folks. There's been a revelation in crypto. But before I reveal it, I need you all to smash those likes. And also, if you're coming for the first time, consider subscribing. But it is the likes that need to be smashed, I will say. It is the likes for sure. So I think we're having fun. Let's keep moving here. Singapore's largest bank, DBS, is an Ethereum whale with nearly 650 million in Ethereum. This is actually pretty significant. Let's check this out. So this is the address that has been identified by Nansen as belonging to one of Singapore's largest banks, nay, the largest bank in Singapore. DBS, the largest bank in Singapore, is an Ethereum whale, according to on-chain analytics firm Nansen. The blockchain address, and I'm not going to read this, supposedly owned by DBS held 173,753 Ethereum, worth almost 650 million at press time. At the time of writing, Ethereum changed hands at the price was 3,730. Nansen said the address has made over 200 million from its Ether holdings. I wonder if it's staked. I don't know if it's staked or not, but I do wonder if it is. Why is this significant? Well, Nansen's revelations of DBS Ether holdings come as the crypto market potentially awaits the debut of spot Ethereum ETF funds in the US, which are expected to boost the cryptocurrency's mainstream institutional adoption. So it is the macro context here that I think is really significant, because they're trying to get these ETFs to go live here in the US. And implicitly in that is that they're trying to stimulate purchasing. Who's they? Well, BlackRock and other issuers, right? VanEck, I believe Fidelity also has one, and Grayscale, of course, right? They want people to go buy these ETFs. And so the fact that one of the biggest banks in the world, right, and certainly the biggest one in Singapore, DBS, is actually a holder of a very significant amount of Ethereum, is going to be one of the ways that the sales guys can turn to their clients and say, hey, look, Ethereum, all the smart people in Singapore, they're buying Ethereum. They're going to be able to make those kinds of claims. So this is going to be huge ammo for adoption of Ethereum, plain and simple. It's also kind of a revelation because there's a lot of addresses out there that are anonymous that belong to whales, but they don't know who they are. Now we know that it is a large institution, foreign to the U.S., and it's pretty exciting, I must say. Singapore usually leads the world in financial technologies, along with the U.S. So it's exciting to see. Now, I'm not going to comment on this too much, but one thing from the DBS website I found: digital asset update 2024, base broadening. Broad participation is marking crypto position taking, with retail investors, high frequency traders, and hedge fund crowding into the table. Authorities appear more amenable towards cryptos and CBDCs. So that was May 13th. So that's just kind of what's on the mind over there at dbs.com, the DBS website, obviously, for that very large bank. Just to give you a little bit of a taste of kind of what they're publishing at their bank and what they kind of think over there. Not really much to conclude, but that's just they're having thoughts about crypto just as much as we are, just not in the West, and not at a retail level. All right, this is pretty big news as well from Bitcoin Archive. I need you to smash the like button for sure. This is bullish. President Biden, maybe you've heard of him, campaign team is reaching out to the Bitcoin and crypto industry on policy formulation. This is according to The Block, which The Block is the website that brought us this headline here. So I like it. I don't think it's crap. I think it's good. Reports of a significant shift in tone from the Biden administration, with a new willingness to understand digital assets. First Wall Street, now Trump and Biden, the political and financial establishment have woken up to Bitcoin. This was a prerequisite to mainstream adoption, and now we are just about there. I agree. Bitcoin Archive, of course, we ascribe so much meaning to this man and like what he represents and everything, but at the end of the day, it's a political machine. Right, it's a political machine, and it's seeking outcomes. Those outcomes now are becoming more aligned with what the crypto community wants. Does that mean that we all are jumping for joy and agreeing with this man here in the Democratic Party of the U.S.? I don't think so. I don't think that that's going to happen because of some of the policies that they've had, and how Elizabeth Warren and Biden have been kind of champions of anti-crypto. But I think you are starting to see a significant shift, and we saw it last week. In the House of Representatives. All right, bros. Well, I'm going to go ahead. Oh, we got one more here. The New York Stock Exchange will consider crypto trading if regulatory picture were clear, President says at the Consensus 2024. Now, we're probably going to have, here's something to think about. Consensus is starting in Austin. Tim and I weren't able to go because of my wedding. So there likely will be some major announcements coming out of that conference, though. So be thinking about that. I will be bringing it to your attention if I see anything of super importance. If there was clear regulatory guidance in the U.S., it would be an opportunity to look at, meaning crypto on the New York Stock Exchange. U.S.-listed spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds amassing $58 billion of assets is a strong sign that there's demand for regulated crypto products, she added. So absolutely. It's very, 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 very bullish to see something like this. The fact that you've seen $58 billion or so come to the ETF has been a strong sign that the market is looking for regulation in traditional structures. Martin said, so hopefully the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission saw the inflows and said, hey, this makes a lot of sense considering Bitcoin ETFs have been a tremendous success. 5 years of evolution happened in 5 minutes. He said, I'm really optimistic about what it means in this country. I think just like in Europe, just like in Hong Kong, you're going to have regulators codified. Hey, what's your reasonable digital asset industry look like? You're going to see progression in 2024-25, irrespective of whether or not it's Trump or Biden or Michelle as president, he added. So very big, big wigs over at the New York Stock Exchange saying that not quite yet are we going to see crypto trading on the New York Stock Exchange, but with just a dollop, just a little, just a little bit more regulatory clarity, it's something that that could potentially be in the cards. Well, I hope that smashing the like button is in the cards for you this morning, bros. It's been really fun to bring you all this information, and we had a decent amount of time on the charts, which is good too, but we are reaching the end of the show here, so I do want to encourage you all, if you felt like you had some value derived from this morning's crypto news, then go ahead and consider smashing that like button and turning on that notification bell. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Investing Bros. I've been T. Shroom. We'll be going live today at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tim and I will. And we'll be having fun. I'll be tweeting all along throughout the day. So make sure that you guys follow me over on Twitter at T. Shroom. It is right there. and we'll be on our way to success. Thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you so much to Efani for sponsoring this episode and making it happen. Efani making sure everybody knows that 72% of victims lose more than $10,000 in SIM swap attacks. Check out the link in the description of this video to make sure you are protected and getting that second month of America's most secure mobile network free. If you're trading, keep those stop losses tight. And if you're human, make sure you are staying hydrated. I know I will be. See you at 3 Bros.
Trying to make paper, turn that better to cake. Money like Lego, connect the dots that bank. We are investing bros. We are investing bros. Army pipe, lethal on trade. Entries and exits, worthy of praise. Tim, the professor of the TA. Shout it out loud on the PA. T-Shroom's news got the word. Doing better than what he deserves. Beamer, leave no evidence. Soon fly coop with his dividend. Trying to make paper, turn that better to cake. Money like Lego, connect the dots that bank. We are investing bros. We are investing bros.